Bienvenue à tous. Bienvenue au webinaire L'introduction à l'intelligence artificielle dans le monde des affaires. Mon nom, c'est Thierry Marcoux. Je m'occupe du développement des affaires chez OZEDA. Donc, aujourd'hui, la présentation devrait durer environ 45-50 minutes et on va se garder une petite période de questions à la fin, environ 10-15 minutes. Donc, tout au long de la présentation, je vous invite à aller dans le bas à droite de la page. Il y a une petite section Q&A et vous pouvez écrire vos questions en direct qu'on va prendre le temps de répondre à la fin du webinaire. Aujourd'hui, le but de la présentation, c'est de répondre à vos questions que vous vous posez sûrement. Par exemple, est-ce que l'intelligence artificielle est importante pour mon entreprise? Comment je peux utiliser l'intelligence artificielle dans mon entreprise ou comment baser mes décisions d'affaires en utilisant l'intelligence artificielle? Mais surtout, c'est par où commencer. Aujourd'hui, on a la chance d'avoir Rahat Yassir avec nous. Rahat Yassir, c'est un MVP en AI de Microsoft. MVP, c'est Most Valuable Professional. Il y en a 4 au Canada et on a la chance d'avoir Rahat parmi nous. Rahat a également écrit 2 livres en ingénierie logicielle avant 25 ans. Il a été nommé parmi les 30 meilleurs développeurs au Canada en 2018. Il a fait plus de 85 conférences à l'international pour Microsoft devant plus de 10 000 participants. C'est lui-même qui a parti le département en AI chez Intact Assurance. C'est maintenant le plus gros département en intelligence artificielle au Canada. Donc, sans plus tarder, je donne la parole à Rahat.
Thank you, Thierry, for your kind introduction. Welcome, everyone, in our first webinar on Introduction to Artificial Intelligence for Business. So this webinar is mostly focused for like business leaders who are already familiar with AI, but they are thinking how to start it, or they're trying to like have their AI strategy, what they need to do, like all those, like we will like discover and share all the experiences that we have in this industry one by one. And as Thierry said, I'm Rahat Yassir, lead AI developer at Ausidia. It's been like 8 to 10 years I'm working in the AI industry. I worked as a research scientist who designed like papers, research concepts and algorithms. And then last few years, I'm working as like taking AI models and putting it in production that is serving millions of Canadians every year. So I used to work at Intact, and I was involved in designing their end-to-end data science stack that is used and like to generate all the AI and data science model, and making like $20 to $40 million revenue. I also designed the first video upscaling like AI model with immersive design and launched it at GTC a couple of years ago. If I just start my presentation with some of my experience, why I'm in this AI field. So a few years ago, like 2012-13, Millennium Development Goal was a big deal. So one of the top Millennium Development Goal was to make our world hunger-free. So from that idea, I came with an idea that, okay, every year, 15% of our people are going to bed hungry, but at the same time, we are also losing lots of crops. So I designed a mobile app that time, 2012, that will take a photo of the infected crop leaf, analyze it, and tell the farmer, this is the crop disease that happened, and you need to apply this medicine to get rid of it. And from there, it's been like so many years that I am involved with this industry. So, okay, let's talk about AI today. So the first thing is, we are hearing a lot of like buzzwords, a lot of hype, a lot of things last few years about AI. So as a business leader, as you are the one who is investing money and thinking about the future of your company, why is AI important? That question could be on your head. To answer that question, we need to go back 15 to 20 or 25 years before. So if you look at the market trend in IT industry, we had desktop software, then web application or web software, websites, and then mobile app. Then last few years, AI, IoT came. So when the website was a big deal, web application was a big deal back in 2010, 11, then mobile apps came. Everyone was like, who is going to use this mobile app? But today, like we cannot think our life without mobile applications. We are using mobile apps for everything, literally, to like get an Uber ride, to order a food, or like no, like everywhere. So AI is in the same situation today. So still a lot of people are thinking that, okay, it's a big hype. Who is going to use it? It's expensive. It's a buzzword. No, that's why we are sitting today, to give the ideas where the market is and where it's going, so that you can get the idea, you can have your strategy set for next few years, and you will get that competitive edge in future. And one thing, like all the like business leaders in the IT industry, they think that AI is going to be bigger than internet. How? So all the like medias that we have seen, that mobile phone, mobile apps, or websites, or web application, or desktop applications, what happened? They're individual media, so to empower people, to make their life easy. But AI is not an individual media. It's kind of like empowering everything that we have, from your like smart TV to Google Home or Alexa or your mobile app or laptop or desktop. Everything is connected through AI applications. So that's why the importance is infinite. So, okay. Uh, so the hype we are hearing, is it true? Because there are like in any industry, there are like good and bad hype. So right now, we are hearing a lot of things, and it's sometimes it's also confusing. So why all of a sudden AI is getting so much attention? So to answer that question, we need to go back a few years as well. So those algorithms that we use today, neural network, it's not a new thing. Neural network exists from 1990s. All those like decision tree based algorithms, regression, classification, they existed from years, but why all of a sudden? So AI era started from 2014-15, when like some of our like top researchers in the world came with the idea of deep learning, convolutional neural network. And also we started to get benefited from cloud technology, GPUs, resources, and like huge computational power. So to do real AI, you need lots of data. You need to handle that much data. You need lots of computational power. So since the day we started to leverage those cloud GPU, that AI era started. And another interesting thing that we always see, that is it going to like replace all of our jobs? Yes and no. If your job is unskilled, it is like very easy and repeatable. Like every day you are doing the same thing without having any creativity or any kind of like a new stuff, then maybe your job will be replaced by AI. But because humans are humans were created to do creative stuff. So yes. Now from the hype, so how big the AI market is, how much investment that is happening. We do see on LinkedIn and like different like magazines, this company got this much investment, this company is doing like lots of like acquisition. So we did some survey, and we have noticed that in 2018, like 2 years back, the AI global AI market was $10.4 billion. But by 2025, the global AI market is expected to be $126 billion. So it's that big, and it has just started. So market is going to expand, more applications is going to come, more, it means like more engagement with the user and the like all the software producers or like providers. But as an individual, like company owner, so we all see that AI can increase your business productivity by 40%. So what does it mean? Maybe whoever is attending today's webinar, some of you are involved with healthcare systems, some of you are involved with construction or manufacturing or IT products. So how AI is going to empower everyone and increase 40% productivity of everyone's business model. So the thing is, what AI is doing, AI can forecast what is happening in the future based on last like few years of profitability, growth, and everything. It can help you to find out new feature for your company. It can help you to analyze the user data. So if you have a user base in your system, your user is interacting with your software. So that then if you use AI, you can find out user is getting benefited from this specific feature, so that you can make that experience flawless. You can invest more time and money on that specific feature. You can also find out the users need, so what kind of like analytics they need, what kind of automation they need, and you can bring them and offer them to your like clients and users as well. And the most important thing that you will get is competitive advantage. So we all have competitors in the market. So if your competitor, if you come up with some like a new features that is based on data analysis, automation, and AI, then you will get the extra benefit in the market than your competitor, and users will feel more comfortable, will feel that okay, they're getting something extra by purchasing your product than your competitors. So in that sense, yes, AI can increase business productivity by 40%. But as a business leader, so is it late to invest on AI, or it's like it's totally early? So we also did some survey. It's like on Fortune 500 companies, how much they're investing today. What we have noticed that 15% of big enterprises have already invested on AI and their strategy, but 31% of like big enterprises are planning to have their AI strategy soon and invest on AI in next 12 months. So in that sense, this is not late and it's not even early. So this is the right time to have the planning, the mindset for next few years to have set up this strategy so that your business will be less impacted and you will be ahead with the market. So as you know, the now how big the market is and what are the like those stats and numbers. Recently, we got a big hit because of COVID, and almost all the industries are impacted because of COVID actually. So where AI is standing in this situation? We also last few weeks, we did some survey and found out that AI market is least impacted because of COVID so far. So we got to know only 3% of AI and data science engineers lost their jobs because in last 2 months because of COVID. And the interesting part is AI, like those software companies or IT companies who have seen like invested in COVID, like AI, sorry, not COVID, on AI, they're seeing more growth, more opportunities in this situation. How? So we also like did some like survey and noticed that healthcare and construction, these are the like top two industries that are getting huge amount of like investment in this situation in this time. Why? As we are unable to go out, we are like trying to avoid that human interactive tasks and activities. And healthcare in this situation is very important because like almost all kind of like people are vulnerable. So we are embracing AI more so that we can automate those small tasks to have less interaction between humans so that the disease will spread less. And also for construction industries, for healthcare, that kind of research, through AI and data science, you can find out different kind of patterns, you can monitor different kind of stuff. So that's why AI is getting more investment in this situation than any other industries. So, okay, as a business leader, if you are thinking, okay, I'm going to invest on AIs. So before you take your decision, you need to know some key things. I'm not going to be too much technical, but you need to know some key information about AI from a technical point of view. So what are they? So these are like, if you ask me what is AI, sometimes we hear about artificial intelligence, some more keywords like machine learning, deep learning, data science. Some people from non-technical point of view, it looks like the same. AI, machine learning, deep learning, data science. But from a technical point of view, I can assure you they are not the same thing. They are totally separate from one and another. So what does it mean? So let's talk about AI first and look at the AI domain and boundaries. So what is AI? So AI, so I'm a programmer. AI is a way to give the, like all those programs that we write, computer programs, AI is a way or approach through which we can give the human sense or intelligence artificially to a computer program. So what does it mean? If I am trained to identify a human or talk like a human, like those things, if I give that kind of like training or learning to my program, and if it behaves like a human, then that's what like we call artificially intelligent. So where is AI? Is it just like a fancy word? No one is using it. It is just used in some like very expensive tools, or like it's like a future sci-fi thing? No. If you look at this slide, then you can see lots of like AI applications and their domains. So AI is actually everywhere. So around our life. So how? So if you are using iPhone or even Android phone, you are using that facial recognition like a lock screen. So that is AI. If you have Google Home or Alexa or Siri, if you're having conversation with those kind of like chatbots, that is AI. I'm quite sure I won't find anyone in this era who hasn't used Google and doesn't know the name Google. So that Google is empowered by AI, and that is an information retrieval search engine. We all do shopping online, mostly like sometime using Amazon or some other like shopping sites. So whenever you order something, like suppose a red t-shirt or something else, the next day when you get in or right after when you logging in again, you will see all the like similar products are showing on your suggestion. So that is called recommendations. So for your personalized shopping, that is an AI. So we all have health insurance or car insurance or even house insurance. So the insurance premium that you pay, $10, $15, $20, how do we decide? So that number is decided by AI models these days. The robot assistants, we all are familiar with robots and like this kind of like bots that we see on like movies or even like in real life. Their brain is actually AI. Uh, we are the client of Hydro-Quebec for our electricity. So every year, like whenever we at the beginning we get like a package like, hey, based on your electricity consumption of last 1 year, next 1 year, every month you will have to pay $50 or $60. So this data analysis that based on your last year's consumption, it is coming up with a package for you as an individual. So this data analysis is also AI that is doing utility demand analysis. So whenever we are doing some kind of like online transaction, you see, sometimes you get a message, hey, are you the one who did that transaction? Because it looks like you are not the one. Then you say, no, I'm the one, it's fine. So that kind of like unusual transaction is detected by AI fraud detection model. And video processing, that's another one. Suppose at Auxidia, we are building a like system called as like a product, Workplace AI. So if you own like a construction site or mining or like manufacturing plant, so what we are trying to do, we will come to your like workplace, set up a bunch of like cameras, install AI model, and do surveillance using the video feed that camera like receives. So by sitting at office or home, you will be able to see how many people are working inside, how many people left, what is the invoice will look like after this week, as 8 people, 2 hours per person example is working in the workplace. And if there is any safety issue, safety concern, you will also monitor that one using in our workplace AI based on video processing and surveillance. So now if you take a second and think, your life is actually surrounded by AI. From your all the devices that we are using today, everything is actually powered by this like amazing technology. Now, the next thing is machine learning and deep learning. So AI, machine learning, deep learning are all the same? No. Machine learning is a sub-application domain of artificial intelligence, and deep learning is another sub-application domain of machine learning. So what does it mean? So suppose if you design a like model or system that tells you that whether it's a car or not, car detector. So in case of machine learning, which was very common before 2015, and it's also common today. So one data scientist once you take the photo, data scientist select some features that if there are 2 doors, 2 wheels, 2 windows, and this shape, then it will be considered as a car. Otherwise, no. So that based on those classification information you select a human, this classifier is trained to look into those information and tell, okay, all of those informations are met, it's a car or it's not a car. So a human is in the loop. But in case of deep learning, which started from 2014-15, what happened, there is no human in the loop, it's independent, and all the like feature selection is done automatically by the system. So what does it mean? So you are just taking a bunch of data, giving it to a deep learning model. It is playing with all the data with different kind of combination, and at the end it's telling you this is a car or this is not a car. So the key differences are, in machine learning you will need less resources than deep learning. In machine learning, you will need less computational power, big GPUs or expensive machines, than deep learning. And in machine learning, you may come up with good result with less data compared to deep learning models. But again, in deep learning, there are some ways where you can train the model with less data as well, but it depends, the scopes are also limited. And in machine learning, there is someone, a human involved, but in deep learning, no. Suppose if I give an example, so what is the difference between humans involvement and not? Suppose BP Oil, which is like a very big oil company in States. So they have 9,000 models in production right now. So that is serving all kind of like systems. So if you go with just machine learning approach without automation and all those things, it will be hard to detect all kind of features by like data scientists and manually do that. Sometimes you do with some automation as well to come up with all the models. But in case of deep learning, you have the computational power, you have the machines, you have the resources, you're just providing the data and everything is automatically trained and the system is automatically finding out everything. So what you are doing once it is trained, you can just automatically putting it in production and test it obviously first and then put it in production so that it is serving your purpose. So this is the key differences where based here, you're just like, you just need lots of resource and like computation. So now we know about AI, machine learning, deep learning, the differences. Then what is data science? So data science is actually everywhere. You can see from the diagram that it is overlapping between AI, machine learning, deep learning, and it has its own area as well. So what does it mean? Data science is the science of playing with the data, extracting value from the data, learning about the data, and finding out different patterns of the data. So what does it mean? There are two data frames here, you can see. So those are like general transaction-based data frame. So on Wednesday, if we are doing a grouping of similar transaction, then you can see 94 and 83, these two are similar. We can automatically find a pattern that these are similar transactions. It's happening every day, so it's safe. But from your like daily credit card transaction, after like all of them are 3-digit, one is all of a sudden 4-digit, 2459. And this is unusual based on your last few months or few weeks of transaction. Then it is tagged, hey, it's an unusual transaction. Maybe something is wrong. Maybe your credit card is sacrificed or lost. So we need to alert you. Then you get an alert, hey, there is something wrong. Is it you who made this transaction? Because it's an unusual transaction. Then you can like assure the system, no, it's fine. Or if it is not fine, you can report. So the meaning that we are finding, the similarity, the pattern, the unusual cases, that is data science. So, okay, as we got to know about AI market trend and the data, AI, those things. Now, as an individual or like company owner or business leader, we have the data, we have the software that is in production. Now we are thinking, okay, as I have the data from last 5 years, the user data, how we are using it, all the like other inventory system based data. So what does that data mean? So we all know that data is the new oil. So it has the most value right now, but you need to know what is like that data you have. It has any meaning or not? It is usable or not? So from a technical point of view, we separate any kind of data like into 3 different categories. So one is category 1, text and number. Second one is category 2, audio-based data or conversational data. Category 3, image or video-based data. So what does it mean? So the category 1 data is all those like data that we use in our like most common like cases in our daily life. Example, suppose whenever you use your weather app, so you check to what is the temperature tomorrow. So what happens? You're opening the weather app. There is a model in the back that is trained to predict the weather of tomorrow. So you are sending your current location, which is a number or like a small one category 1 data. You're sending like tomorrow's date or information. You're also sending like all the other information, your place exactly, or all the other related information from the sensors that you have. And what you're getting returned as a single value. That single value is your predicted weather. like tomorrow, the temperature will be 22 degrees Celsius. So this single prediction is like happening based on those single numbers or like a combination of numbers. So those are like this kind of prediction, this kind of like insurance premium calculation or interest rate calculation or fraudulent transaction tagging, or even suppose like different kind of banking transaction. So they are, all of them are category 1 data. One thing what we have noticed that 60% of the models in North America that are making money today are from category 1. Then category 2, audio or conversational. So what does it mean? So we all have like have experience to talk to Alexa or Google Home or Siri or Cortana. So what happens in that case? Suppose I'm telling Alexa, hey Alexa, what is the temperature tomorrow in Montreal? I uttered a single sentence. So what Alexa does, Alexa takes key information from that single sentence. So what does it mean? So Alexa, from that single sentence, Alexa extract tomorrow as a time, uh, Montreal, which is the like our location, and weather is the action that we want to know. So tomorrow, weather of Montreal. So based on these 3 keywords of that single sentence, it does its query on the database or its system and tell you tomorrow's weather will in Montreal will be 22 degrees Celsius. So it replied just a single value based on the conversation that you had. So this kind of conversation is considered as category 2 data. And what we have noticed, even like the chatbot that we use, they are also like belonging to category 2 data. What we have noticed that 25% of the models in North America today are designed based on category 2. And the last one is category 3 data. So what is that? Image or video. So we all are familiar with autonomous cars or facial recognition apps. So so those image and video are multi-dimensional data. So autonomous car, what happened? There are a bunch of like cameras and like sensors on the top or in different corners. It finds out there is something in the like in front of the car or not. And that something is car or like a pedestrian. If it's a car, what is the velocity of that car and what should be your velocity so that you can avoid any kind of like collision. So taking those kind of decision, identifying from an image that this is a car, those are the applications of category 3 data, and only 15% of the model in North America are belonging to category 3. If we talk about like resources, how expensive each category or like how much computational power you need from category 1 to category 3, the more you go, the more resources you will need, the more challenging it is. Category 3 is the most challenging in a lot of cases. It's not 100% mature yet. Category 1 is less challenging with less data and less computation. You can come up with like lots of valuable insights. So those are categories of like any kind of like AI applications. If you have the software, you have the data, you can do those kind of like model designing based on different categories of data. Now the thing is, so as a company owner or like a business leader, you have your IT team or you have like a collaboration with another IT company who are giving you the support for related to the software development. So in a traditional software development team, what are the roles that are available? They are front-end developer, back-end developer, full stack developer, database admin or database developer, team lead, Q&A who is testing your mobile and web app, and the software architect. So you have those roles. They are designing your website, web application, mobile application. But in case of AI, are they enough to design your AI application? Let's see. In any kind of like in real world, the approach or application development lifecycle for AI is this. So what happens? Suppose you have the web application that is serving lots of clients today. So from last 5 years, so you have the data. This is your data. First of all, what you need to do, you need to like load that data, do different kind of like data processing, modify that data, find out that data has value or not. You can predict something using that data or not. Once you're confident that the data is not garbage, you can come up with different kind of models or business features. Then you will do different kind of like AI training and all those things. Then once you are confident that, okay, this model is usable, you will deploy this model. The thing is, deploying a web application or mobile application and deploying a model that predicts a single number are totally different. The like in your company, in your team, all those roles that you have, they are not trained to do this kind of like data processing. They are not trained to do mathematical model creation or like training. They are not trained to design this kind of like architecture to deploy models. So what you need to do then? So as we have already shared, the AI market has expanded a lot from $10 billion in 2018. Now it's going to be $126 billion by 2025. As business opportunities like increased significantly in last few years, it has also created lots of like roles and responsibilities. So in an ideal world for a big organization or enterprise, roles that you need to have a full scale AI team that will like come up with lots of models, lots of data processing, you need to have those 8 roles. So what are they? Sometimes we also think like these are all the roles are same, but from a technical point of view, no, they are totally separate from one another. So the data scientist that you will hire will be the one who will find out the meaning from that data, extract meaning from the data. Data engineer that you will hire, his task is the data that you have, you need to come bring it here so that your data scientist can process the data. So this task is done by the data engineer. Sorry, the big data engineer. So if you have a lot of data and you are like you have multiple sources of data stream, you need to handle that data before you do anything on the data. So handling that data, processing it, storing it is done by big data engineers. Then data visualization developer. Before you design any model or do anything, you need to generate some graphs and see whether it's the same or it has some curves and ups and downs to do some prediction. Just like COVID days right now, we are about to like we get to see lots of like dashboards that shows COVID is going up, death rate is going up, almost like recovery rate is also going up. Those graphs are actually designed by data visualization developers. Then who is designing those algorithms that is doing the prediction, forecasting? The machine learning scientists, they are the one who are designing algorithms for your specific business case. Then you have AI or machine learning engineer. So the software engineer that you have in your company, you can train them on different frameworks, how to train it on different cloud computing and like applications and platforms, so that they will know how to connect the data, how to train it, train the model and put it in production by getting help from machine learning scientists and data scientists. So you can convert your software engineer into an AI or machine learning engineer. So it is in like high demand right now, this role. And then we have business intelligence engineer. Based on the data you have, you need to create reports based on different reporting tools. BI engineers does that, and AI architect. As your single model, just think about like a weather app. That app is used by millions of people every day. So if you have a single instance of that model that is serving multiple like millions of clients, it will be slow. You won't be able to like get the result in milliseconds. That's why you need to like have lots of instances of that model, and it's the job of the AI architect to design that kind of like architecture that will support AI applications. So you got to know about the traditional roles, the like AI lifecycle, and also like AI team roles. As an individual or business leader, if you are convinced, okay, I'm going to invest on AI right now, and I have like I need to be more familiar with the AI lifecycle. So let's jump into it and talk a bit more. So to design an end-to-end ideal AI pipeline or like life system, so you need to have you need to go through 3 phases. One is preparing the data, building and training model, and the last one is deploy and predicting the model, deploy and predicting. So this data preparation takes 45 to 50% of the time. Build and training takes 30% of the time. Deployment and model monitoring takes 20% of your time. So what happens? Suppose you want to create a model. In this COVID time, we are unable to like drive. So why would I pay 100 full insurance premium right now, as I'm not even driving, and there are less chances of having any accident. So insurance company, if they plan to design like a discount model for their drivers, So let's look at that scenario. You have the data of all of your like insurance users. You will load that data. You will do lots of like data processing. What does it mean by data processing? So on your data, what kind of data you have? Suppose you have like the data of two user. The first user, what is his date of birth, and the since when he's using your insurance premium. So in that case, if he's born in like 1971 January 10, and if you feed that data into a model, your date could be infinite, so it won't be able to group it. So what you need to use, you need to convert that date of birth into an age group so that it can do some grouping by itself to predict the discount. So okay, you will convert those date of birth to age. So he is 45 years old now, and since when he the day he started the account is 5-10 years ago. So instead of using that date, you are using 10 years. Okay, so now you have selected you will select the model, you have modified the data, that is called data transformation, and then you have the data that is nice, like not noisy, it's clean. Now when you are doing that like modeling, you will use a regressional model. So that regression will predict the insurance like discount. So there are lots of models like algorithms for regression. Which one to use? So your data scientist can use his experience or intuition to select one model or multiple models to do the training and with play with different hyperparameter tuning. And then you will have to test it. So during the test phase, what happens, if your model is predicting someone who is 45 years old with no accident case and who is using your like insurance from last 15 years will get 15% discount, but someone who is 23 years old has 10 like accident cases who is using your insurance from last 3 years, that young person is getting 30% discount, then your model is generating garbage results. So you cannot put this model in production. You will have to test it more, fine tune it, train it, so that it gives 30% discount to the one who is driving flawlessly and 15% to the one who is new. Then you will put it in production, and from your web application, your broker will input all the user information, and then model will say it's 15% or 30%. So it's done. It's incorporated with your web app or mobile app, and you can use it. Now the thing is model monitoring. What does it mean? Why do we need to monitor? So the model that you have trained based on last year's data, it's working perfectly. But next year, when you will try to use it, it may not give the right result. Why? Because this year, maybe the most experienced driver had a couple of accidents, but the new driver didn't have any kind of like accident. So in that case, giving the same value, same discount will be unfair. That's why you need to like train your model always with new data. So that's very important. So this is an ideal like end-to-end cycle for a data science application designing. This is just for one model. You can design hundreds of models using this approach. So if we move forward now, what is happening in the market as you are planning to invest or you are thinking, we need to know who are the market players. So there are 4 trends that is happening in the market. One is platform as a service. So what does it mean? We all are familiar with Amazon, Google, and Microsoft Cloud. So they are providing you the cloud platform. Everything is done, data center is done, infrastructure is done. As an individual, we just host our web application in Amazon Cloud. Then we just like store our data in Amazon Cloud as well. What they are doing these days, they are also offering approaches, libraries, basic options to train your model, validate your model, deploy your model with your own data so that you don't need to do it separately. So they're offering platform as a service. You can, just like the way you are buying the cloud subscription, you can buy like AI or like this kind of subscription as well, but you will have to do those modeling and things by yourself, by your people from the team. Second one is AI model as a service. So those big organizations, obviously Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, so they did some market survey and found out that under vision, speech, language, knowledge, and search category, they have come up with like some common use cases like facial recognition, facial expression analysis. So they designed those model, put it as a like API on the cloud, so that as a small business owner, if that common service, common use case is completing your or satisfying your need, What you will do, you will just like connect your mobile app, web app with those services, which is AI model as a service, and then send your image to that service so that the service can tell you that this guy is 98% angry, but he looks very cute though. So you can predict those things and then like do your behavior analysis and show it on your app. So those model as a service. And the third one is internal R&D. So financial institutes, mostly insurance or banking like systems, they cannot upload their data in public cloud because sometimes those clouds are hosted in other countries. They cannot like reveal their information. There are like client information, SIN, credit card number as well. So they have their own data center. That's why they need to hire their own R&D team. They have their machine learning team, R&D, statistical analysis, space R&D, and all the others, so that they can design models for insurance, payment, deposit, investment management, forecasting, capital market, market infrastructure. So based on the the domain they are in, the value of the data, they cannot do it. They need to do internally. But the last one is a last pattern that we have noticed is custom AI application. So which is offered by Ausidia. So as you know that some of you are our clients, and we help you as a collaborator, as a partner to build your mobile application or web application. We are also offering the same approach to build your AI application as well, where it's it's a scenario from one of our clients. So it's a bit like what happened. One of our clients came up with this kind of images of roads and also the 3D representation of that image, and was telling us, we want to find out that from your image, that we want to locate all the like road signs from this image, and we want to tag the exact location of that road sign in a 3D area. So we help them. It's a very custom scenario. All those three trends that we have showed, platform as a service, model, AI model as a service, they cannot solve your custom problem using their platform. So that's where we use our expertise to help you with this kind of like approach. So that is custom AI application. So other than that, we are also offering two approaches to help our clients, like custom AI for clients and in-house AI products. So based on my 8 to 10 years of AI experience, who has worked in the AI research industry, and also taking AI models in production, we have found out 6 key issues that are stopping enterprises to move forward with AI and kind of wasting their money. So what are those issues? And we are trying to address those issues through the offering that we are doing with our clients. So the first one is return on investment. It is very important because you have the data, you have the use cases, you want to do something, but when you sometime what happens after investing $10, businesses notice that, okay, the return on investment from this AI is $3, but you have already invested $10. It's not financially sustainable for you. So you're wasting that money. So to solve that issue, what we do, and also sometimes AI is based on R&D, you may fail too. Your data may not have any value. So instead of wasting time and money, what we offer, we believe in test early and fail early. So we take your data, we will make a collaboration with you. We will take your data, we will design some models to prove that your data has value or not. You can think that you are thinking that you want to achieve this. It is possible or not. In 2 to 4 weeks, we will come up with those scenarios. We will play with your data and we will tell either we will pass early or we will fail early, so that you're not wasting your time. So we will have that POC that will be up and running so that you will be confident and show it to your stakeholders as well. But one of the most important thing is production ready AI. So as it is related to research field, a lot of companies, what are they doing? They do research. And then when it's time to use that research, to incorporate that research with your existing website or mobile app, they notice that it is not production ready. They need to redo everything, rewrite the code, thinking about the cloud, your infrastructure and everything. So that is also wasting a lot of time and money. So at Ausidia, the kind of approach we are taking is from the first minute, we are always keeping in our mind that this POC will pass, and we will have to design it in a way where it's production ready. The moment you will feel confident that yes, all the results that we are getting are valid, we can put it in production, you will be ready to put it in production with minimal changes. So that's what we are doing to minimize the cost and putting it into production as early as possible. And another interesting thing, or maybe you guys have seen it as well, biasness and unethical AI. So ethics in AI. So what does it mean? As you have a web application or software that is used by lots of people, you have the data. If we take the data and find out that 70% of the users that you have are male, 30% of the users that you have are female. If we use that data and train a model, what will happen? Your model will be biased, will be unethical, and it will give like garbage results. So a lot of people are doing that in the market. So they're making those digital tools like unbiased actually. So by designing ethical AI and unbiased AI, we will take the data, we will do that kind of like ratio analysis, and we will keep all ratio always same, male, female, ethnicity, age group, so that the model you will get is not going to give you a garbage result, and it will be ethical and it will be explainable. And the most important thing that we are offering is completing the AI loop. A lot of companies that you will see in the market, they are doing your research and then giving it to you. But your AI has zero value if you cannot connect that AI with any mobile app or web app. So end of the day, your users needs to use it. To use it, you need like a client-centric application. Is it a mobile app or like a web app? At Auxidia, we have the mobile team, we have the web team, we have the cloud expertise, we have the database expertise, and we have added the AI so that those 4 domains that we are serving today, and AI will empower them. So if you have a use case with AI, we will design your AI, do the R&D, we will put it in production based on clouds like infrastructure, and also we will design the web mobile app for you so that your users can actually use it. Or if you just want to integrate that AI model with your existing system, we will design it in a way on a cloud infrastructure so that you can easily incorporate that one with your existing mobile or web app, which means you're completing that loop. And through this way, you're taking the model to your customer as soon as possible so that you can roll out those new features and making money. And other than that, other than the custom AI for our clients, we are also like working on a bunch of like in-house AI product. Some of you are familiar with the ID. It's a constructional project management software. So we are adding a bunch of AI features on ID. So what it will do, if you have like ID already, so if you have a new project, whenever you start it, it will find out the similarity of previous historical projects with your new projects. And then it will predict the budget, the estimated time of completion, estimated time of tasks, estimated time of all the tasks that you need to do early and late so that you will save the maximum amount of money. So we are trying to make our ID smart and intelligent. And as I have already mentioned a bit about the workplace AI, we are doing it so that we can convert any kind of workplace or work site into digital so that we can monitor, bring security, safety, do optimization and resource utilization properly. What does it mean? Suppose you are a constructional site owner, we will come install a bunch of AI model, like install a bunch of like cameras that are designed by us and install the AI model on that camera too. So it will 24-hour process that all kind of like image, video, data, and then it will tell you, so it is safe to work outside or not, if there is any fire incident or injury incident happened or not, how many people are working, how many people left today at your workplace, how many people actually worked in your work site. So it will also create the invoice so that you won't have to like manually count those hours and manually count those people. And it will also be justifiable so that if there is any concern, it will show you, hey, this is the image and video, this is the proof of the AI claiming. So if you are like curious about this project, just let me know. We can always set up a meeting and then discuss further with your use cases. So this is what we are offering, custom AI for our clients and in-house AI product. So, okay, it's been like 50 minutes that I'm talking about AI market trend, what is happening in the industry, what is AI, data science, those things, what you need to know as a business leader, what is the AI market trend. If you want to start your AI team, what are the roles that you need to hire? And if you need help, how can we help you and offer you different kind of services? So at this time, at this situation, I believe if you have an AI strategy in your mind, you can like fine tune that strategy so that you are future proof, sustainable, and you have like a solid plan. If you haven't started to think about your strategy, you will rethink after this presentation, and you will set up your strategy, because that's where the world is. Whether you adapt it today or tomorrow, that's what is happening. All of them will be connected. All the devices that we use will be connected with AI and is getting connected with AI. And IoT is also coming. Even like we have smart lamp, smart air conditioner and everything, those things. In an ideal world, maybe 3-5 years from down the road, the whole life will be changed based on like AI applications and models. So with that note, I will finish my presentation. Thank you. Thank you so much for attending. Hope you all will have a great weekend. And let me know like, what do you think? If you have any use case you want to discuss, let me know. If you think you have the data, you don't know what to do with the data, like we can sit with you and we can look at the data. We can tell you those, you can do this based on the data. And it's not like if you have the data, that data has value. Sometimes those data are garbage. Sometimes you don't have the enough data to come up with models or like patterns. So we will help you to fix that one as well. And other than that, if you have like a future use case, you can also discuss. So that's it. Thank you for attending my presentation.
Great. Thank you so much, Rehat. Now you can take your breath. Merci beaucoup tout le monde d'avoir participé. On va maintenant prendre des questions. On a quelques questions ici. So, first question is from Julie. What brings you into AI?
So it's a future, because 8 to 10 years ago, when I was thinking that what will be the future we will have, then the kind of like idea I got is our world will be dominated by those like AI models or sci-fi stuff. It's not just a dream, it is going to be the reality. And as an individual, I chose this profession because I will be able to make impact or like do some like make some impact in this field and help as much as I can, so that I can see my direct work is impacting people's life and making their life more like easier. And it's kind of like bringing a new revolution. So it's always exciting and happening. So that was the main reason of selecting this as my profession.
Yeah, makes total sense. Next question is from Francis. You said that there are 8 roles in AI. Do you have all these roles at Ocedia?
So yes, what is happening at Ocedia? We have I'm someone who has designed or written or come up and designed my own algorithm. So and also I have put AI models in production that is serving millions of clients. So I am like covering that research scientist and AI engineer part, or the architecture from the architectural point of view. We are also like have a bunch of like team members at Ocedia who are experienced software engineers and going through intense and extensive amount of training and certifications on data science AI platform. And we have also like got a bunch of like custom AI clients, and they are like serving our clients day to day. So which is helping them to groom and like move forward and design that kind of enterprise graded AI applications. So in that sense, yes, we do. Our team is ready to support or like give you any kind of like help.
Okay. And there's another question from Julie. What does it take to become a Microsoft MVP in AI?
So it's actually, it's been 5 years that I'm getting the Microsoft MVP award. And like there are only like 78 or 82 AI MVPs in Canada, like in the world, and 4 in Canada. I'm one of them. So I didn't want wanted to be like a AI MVP. So I was always like contributing to the society and IT industry by giving talks or like writing articles or books. I'm the author of 2 software engineering books, and I made them free, published it for free to download and like for people to use it. they were downloaded by 40,000 times. So Microsoft noticed that one, and then they rewarded me with this award. And every year they're rewarding me with the same award, like because of my contribution from last 12 months, because it's a voluntary thing and I'm not expecting anything in return. I'm just like trying to help people to learn new things and share my knowledge with the industry.
Great. And what's the title of these books?
Oh, I can share it with you. One of them is Windows Phone 8.1 Application Designing. I wrote it back in 2014. And another one is Universal Windows Platform Application Designing. I wrote it back in 2016. Yeah. If you just Google it, you will find it.
Perfect. And I will send the link to the participant.
Thank you.
So is there any more questions? It's now the time. OK. So, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup à tous d'avoir participé au webinaire aujourd'hui. J'espère que vous en avez appris un petit peu plus sur l'intelligence artificielle. J'espère que ça vous a donné le goût de développer des projets à l'interne. J'espère également que ça vous a allumé des lumières, puis ça vous a renseigné là, sur certains mythes de l'intelligence artificielle ainsi que certaines tendances dans le marché. Je vais vous faire parvenir cet après-midi un lien avec un questionnaire. Ce serait super apprécié de le remplir dans le but d'améliorer le contenu de nos webinaires. C'est le premier qu'on fait là, de l'histoire chez OZEDA, puis c'est une tendance de plus en plus populaire dans le marché. Mais on aimerait ça s'améliorer constamment. Donc, merci à tous d'avoir participé. Bon week-end. Profitez de la journée de demain. Il annonce très, très beau. Puis, à bientôt tout le monde. Salut. Thank you, Rat. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Cheers.